Hi, my name is Mary Beth. I am a senior communication studies major focusing on international politics here at Ohio University. And my faith background has been, I've done a lot of exploring. I don't consider myself to be a religious person, but I am very open-minded to a lot of faiths and learning more about them. Christianity was a big deal in my family, but I kind of drifted away from that because there was conflicts, which is why I wanted to get involved with this a little bit.
Okay, so why is interfaith work important to you?
Interfaith work is important to me because in the future I want to work with international human rights issues. So I think it's important for everybody to be able to help and to focus on the morals that are behind faiths rather than worrying about how they're different with other faiths, because if more energy is spent on those rather than the conflict, then more can be done for these people who really need help. And like I mentioned in my last one, I got involved a little bit because of the fact that in my family, the differences in like being narrow-minded towards one religion and taking it so seriously and causing a drift like in my family that kind of steered me away from it. So instead, I want to be open to a lot of religions and learn from them, and possibly, I'm very open to changing my mind as well. I'm just kind of exploring right now.
Great. Okay. And so what do you hope that the interfaith movement sort of changes will happen at Ohio University as a result of the interfaith movement?
I'm hoping to see on a smaller scale what I hope to see internationally in the future. So just starting off here, I'm hoping to see people working together and learning from each other as they go off into their careers, and taking what they're learning not just from people who are like them, but from other people, because that's where you're going to get the most variety of suggestions and solution ideas for helping people large scale. So it starts off small, and then hopefully they can take that with them into their careers and spread it around the country and the world a little bit.
Nice. All right. And so why is the issue of water pollution important to you?
I was really excited about the water pollution campaign idea because I've always had an interest in developing nations such as like African nations and Haiti as well, and other like all over the world. And water is pretty much an issue that everyone can relate to, everyone can agree on, because it's not only an issue in those countries, but it's even an issue here in our local communities, and we can all relate on the scale of obviously we can't live without it. So I think it's something that everyone can relate to and have sympathy for those who struggle with finding clean water. So it's good to see it working locally and see it impacting directly, and also push it out internationally, and work with those countries as well. And it's kind of something we all have in common, so we can relate to them and here as well.
That makes sense. And then my last question is there anything kind of in your faith background in terms of either leadership or scripture that leads you to think that service is important and serving others is important?
My background isn't too large. I haven't studied a lot in any different religions, but I think that religion is one thing that really motivates people, and it's one thing that people are very passionate about, no matter which one they are. So that's really what drives a lot of people to do good and to want to help others is, what their background is and what they've learned from that. So if that's what makes people do that, and if that's what gets people in that mindset, then I think it's an effective tool to use.